Everyone. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Oracle Samuel. I want to be taking you, for those of you preparing for Cambridge exam, Igcse. I want to run you through past question and let's see how it goes. So we're looking at 058011 paper 1 May June 2024, and of course the paper is just for 1 hour. And please, I will want to beg you to always go through the instruction and know what you are expected to do, so that you don't go and do what you have in mind, and at the end of the day you are not awarded the actual mark that you merit. So make sure you take note of it, especially you remember you are asked to give your non-exact numerical answers to 3SF or 1 decimal place, and of course use pi as 3.142. So make sure you keep to those informations and work out. Um, so let's dive into the question proper. In 1a says we should write 0.8 as a fraction. So in this case, for the easiest way, because you have to look for the shortest way to solve your problem, the easiest way is to, of course, know that it has one leading zero, and of course for it to have one leading zero, so let's just see if you were to convert it to standard form, it will be 8 times 10 to the power of minus 1, because it has one leading zero. If it is two leading zeros, like for example we have 0.08, it would have been 8 times what? 10 minus 2. 2 leading zeros, 3 leading zeros minus 3 minus 4, 4 leading zeros minus 4, and so on and so forth. What if it is something like this? Let's say 20, or let's say 0.025, for example. Of course, 2 leading zeros is still the same thing, so you're going to put 2.5 times 10 to the power of what? Minus 2, because 2 leading zeros. Remember, for standard form, decimal point will have to come after the first number is written. So that is one of the things you must take note of in solving this, right? So for non-leading zeros, no negative index, but all leading zeros must go along with negative index. Take note of that. So we're going to be writing this particular question. We have 0.8, as standard form first, 8 times 10 to the power of what? Minus 1, and of course, which is something as what? 8 times what? When you have a negative index, it's something as the negative index, something as 1 all over 10, right? 1 over 10. That negative index, this minus here is 1 all over. Then 10 index 1 is something as 10. So when you multiply it, you have 8 over 10. You can simplify it. 2 here, you have 4. 2 here, you have 5. So your answer here is 4 over 5. So of course, remember, you are told to write or keep all working, show all working. So the other one is write 28% as a fraction. What do we do? Percent means 1 over 100, so we're going to write 28, right, times 1 over 100, which is the same thing as what? 28 over 100. So if you have a calculator, you can put a calculator, which will give us 0.28. And of course, you can as well use standard form to solve this. Like this one, that you have 28 over 100, then you can say 28 times 1 over 10 square, right? 10 square. Now 10 square, which is something as what? 28 times 10 index minus 2 leading zeros, because it's 10 square here. So for this is the result when you multiply it. But our point is that for us to this is not standard yet, so we're going to put decimal points here and reduce 1 here. So we have 2.8 times 10 minus 1, so 1 leading 0, so it becomes 1 leading 0 becomes 0.28, right? 1 leading 0 to 0.28. So that is how. So if you want to use standard form to solve it, you will also achieve your goal. So the next question says we should write 4876 correct to the nearest 100, right? Nearest 100. So what do? You are going to read the number, okay? So 4876. So how do you read it? 4800. So here you started reading 800. So 4800. So the next thing to do is to discard 7 6, but you don't just discard them without checking if they fall between 1 to 4 or 5 to 9. If they fall between 1 to 4, you are picking 0. If they fall between 5 to 9, you are picking 1. So you pick 1, So because 7 falls between, that's the nearest number to that 8, falls between 5 to 9. We're picking 1. So, and everything. So we add 9, 4. So the answer here is what? 4900. So the next question, number 2, says we should measure from A to B, and of course it's in millimeter. So let's say you have to use your ruler and measure the point A in centimeter, right? Your rulers are always in centimeter, so you measure it in centimeter. Then, which, let's assuming it gives you 6 centimeter, for example. So what do? You have to convert 6 centimeter to millimeter. So you have to remember that 1 centimeter is equal to what? 10 millimeter. So when you do that, so that means 6 centimeter will become equal to x. Centimeter will come centimeter here. So 1 times x will give us what? X. X is equal to what? 6 times we'll have 60 millimeter. So x is equal to 60 millimeter. So I can remove my x and leave the 60 as my result. Number 3 says the travel graph shows the journey of a bus, and this is the distance and this is the time. So we have the distance here, we have the time here, right? So you're taking note of those because they are very important to consider. So the next thing we're going to do here right now is to say if you find the distance the bus traveled in the first 50 minutes. So first 50 minutes. So if from here to here is 30, here to here, if from here is 30, so let's find out what completes it. So it means each box here is 10, right? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? 40, 50. So that means for the first 50, this is the first 50 direction, right? So let's know where it meets with the point. Then from there we can now, okay, 10 kilometers. So the answer here is what? 10. To find how long a minute the bus is stationary. The bus is stationary at this point. That's where the bus is stationary. So we're taking note of that point. So remember it's 10 10. So that means if we this is the area we're considering now. At this point, that's where the bus is stationary. It did not move. Here it was ascending. At this point it becomes stationary and it descended. Retardation. Acceleration and retardation. Now we want to know the because they say we should know how long, that means the kilometer, how long a minute, okay, a minute, how long a minute, so not in kilometer, so how long a minute is stationary. So let's find out. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have 40. The next question says write down the order of rotational symmetries of a rhombus. So a rhombus is a shape like this, right? That's a rhombus. So write down the order of rotation. So when it rotates from at 0, this is the original form. When it rotates, it slants like this. When it rotates again, it stands again. When it rotates again, it slants again, right? So if you notice very well, it's always is the second. So the first and the second brings us back to the original symmetrics. So that means it is 2 times it rotates. The order is 2. So the next question, number 5, says the diagram shows below. We should find the area of the shape. So how many squares are complete in this irregular shape? We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, we have 9, we have 10. Now these ones are half. So if you notice, this point here and this point here, they are the same. So we can use this one to complete this one, 11. This point here and this point here are the same. So we can use this one to complete this particular square, 12. So we have 12. Next question, question number 6 says work out 28 minus 16 divided by 2. So we're going to apply board mass here. We want to apply board mass here. So what are we doing here? We are going to divide. We're going to divide first before we can subtract. So 16 divided by 2 will give us 8 minus this one is 28. So minus it, we have 20. So the answer here is what? 20. They find the reciprocal of 4 over 5. So one reciprocal of if I ask to find the reciprocal of a, for example, then that's what? 1 over a. So but in this case we have to find the reciprocal of 4 over 5, so which is 1 over 4 over 5. So when you break it down, you have 1 divided by what? 4 over 5. When you change division to times, you'll be having 1 times 5 over 4. So 1 times 5 over 4 is equal to what? 5 over 4. You say the temperature, number 7, the temperature on Monday is minus 27. Temperature on Tuesday is 15 degree higher than on Monday. So work out the temperature on Tuesday. So what do we do here? We add the both side, 27 plus 15. So when you add the both side, when you add on Monday and Tuesday, you will now know the temperature on Tuesday, which is what? Minus 12. So number 8 says draw all the line of symmetrics on these shapes. Of course, remember what we said about symmetrics before. What makes it return to the original side and makes it equal? So we're looking at how many lines would divide this particular shape to equal parts. So first of all, if we share it into 2 equal parts, it will give us 2 equal parts. If we divide it by a vertical line, it will the up, like, okay, let's say equal part. This particular part is equal to this particular part, right? So the two sides are equal. So if we share it like this again, this particular part B is also equal to B here. They are all equal. Up and down become equal. If we share it from the center, from this middle, of course C is equal to C. The answer, they are the same thing. And of course, if we share it from like this also, then D and they will be equal. So sure, if you are to solve this in the exam, you are to draw, they say draw all the symmetric lines. So you are not to put A, B, C or whatever, or make sure your lines are accurate by using your ruler to give them an accurate line, just like this, for example. So my own might not be accurate because it's a screenwriting. So we divide it, you divide first, don't forget, divide first into 2 equal parts, a very straight line. Then second thing, you divide, you get a horizontal, a vertical line. Then the next is to share it from this part. The next one is not, I didn't get that one correctly, but make sure your work is correct. I didn't get my, so but make sure you get the center of whatever you are doing, because that's what to award, that's where your mark is going to be given to you. Make sure you get them correctly by drawing something at the actual line. If it will take you to measure it, please do, because most times some of the reasons why you are not going to gain your mark is because they expected that you give them a perfect measurement. And of course, there is, when the measurement is perfect, there is a particular grade that is expected to you, that will give you, and of course they will know, because this point here will meet correctly. But you notice now my own did not meet correctly because the line was not perfect. But make sure you do a perfect drawing there. Number 9 says we should, the diagram shows 2 sides of parallelogram AB. Find the coordinate of the ABCD. Find the coordinate of the, so this is ABC, so where is the D that will make it a parallelogram? So first of all, you have to be very careful in counting. So look at it from here, count 1, 2, 3, 4. So before we get to this long one here, we counted 4. So let's come here and count 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a long line that we counted. Then here we have 1, 2. Here I have 1, 2. So the point is at this point. So you can measure it and of course know the coordinate of that point. Then supply the answer directly. Hope is understood. So we have it like this. Then we come to this point. So with this now, we have something like this. So of course you can say this is parallelogram because opposite lines are equal. So what's the point? What is the point of intersection? So minus 3 and what? 7. That's where it. So that's what you are supposed to supply them. So we have minus 3 and what? 7. That is the answer for that. So you're done with that. So the question number 10 says the total surface area of a cuboid is this total surface area. So when we say total surface area, is like getting the area of each of the rectangle, because it's about 6 rectangles that give us a cuboid. So you have to measure them. So what we're going to do here is we'll calculate for up and down. So if here is 6 and here is 18, the area 1 is equal to what? So we have A1, we have A2, we have B1, we have B2, right? Then we now have for the face, we have C1, then we have C2. So you can see that for A1 is equal to, so we have there are 2, so we can just join them together. The area for A is equal to A1 plus what? A1, which is something as what? Because, okay, let me just use A1, B1, C1, and 1 like that. So A1 plus A1 becomes 2 what? A1, and that is the same thing as what? 2 in bracket length times breadth. So when you take it like that, you have 2 length times 15 times what? 16. Sorry, times 6, right? Times 6. That will give us what? 15 times 6 is 90. 90 times 2 will give us 180. So for B we have B1 plus B1, which is equal to 2B1, which is equal to 2 in bracket what? The length and the breadth, right, is something as, so this is B1, 6 and 8, we have 6H. So 6H is equal to what? 12H. So C is equal to what? C1 plus C1, which equals 2C1, which we're now considering the C is this side. So if here is height, so here is also height. So I have 2 15 what? 15H, which is what? 30H. So with this now, our surface area, which is 369, is equal to what? 180 plus 12H plus 30H. So this now, when you subtract this, when you subtract 369 minus 180, you will end up having is equal to 189, right? 189, which is equal to what? 42H. So divided by 42, so we have 4.5. So now divided by 42, 42, so your H is equal to what? 4.5. So you now write 4.5 here. I hope you understand this. So what we did here is to calculate for each of the rectangle, the area of a rectangle, is equal to what? Length times breadth. So that's what we did there. Length times breadth. 11 says Greta has a box of toy. She picked a toy at random from the box. The probability that she picked a wood toy is 0.6. Work out the probability that she does not pick. So we know that probability of yes is 1, of no is 0. You see that? So since he picked, actually, so that means 1. The total probability is 1. So how do we now get the probability that he did not peak. That means we have to say 1 minus what 0.6, which will give us 0.4. Now the question now is, so we have 0.4 as he did not peak. So she work out the probability that she did not pick the wood toy, she picked other ones. So now the question now is that, so we should complete the table. So we complete this one. Since it is total of the ones he did not pick is 0.4, we have to share 0.2, 0.2. So now how do we calculate this particular one? Of course, we know that probability is possible all over what so the number of events, sample space, right? So we have so 14 over the total sample space is equals to 0.2. So when we have 2t is equals to what? Not 2t. 0.2t is equals to what? 14. We divide outside by 0.2. We have 0.2. Cancel. Then t is equals to what? 70. So we have gotten t to be 70. So if t is 70, remember we cannot write the 70 here because this is total of when you sum all the number of toys together. So that means we have to subtract 14 times 2. So for us to get wood, we have to say 70 minus what? Plastic plus metal. So we have 70 minus 14 plus 14. So 70 minus 28. So 70 minus 28 are 42. So here is 42. The next question says that we should find the sequence. So complete the table. So of course we know that for n terms, so Tn is equals to 60 minus 4n. So Tn is equals to 60 minus for fifth term we have 4 of 5, right? So that will give me 60 minus 20, and that is what? 40. So I have 40 here. So for the other one is the same. Tn equals to what? 5 square minus 300. That will give me 25 minus 300. So that will give us 275. So find the coordinate of the point where the line y is equal to 3x minus 5 crossing the y-axis. So how do we find the coordinate of this point? Remember, since the line crosses y, it is expected that the x is at 0. So your x is 0 because this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis. So the line crosses y. So if it crosses at y-axis, so x is 0 at that point where it crosses y-axis. So we don't know where the line crosses, but wherever it crosses, it crosses y at y-axis. So x is 0. So put the value of 0 here. So you have y equals to what? 3 in bracket 0 minus 5. That will give us what? Minus 5. So when x is 0, y is what? Minus 5. Said write each of these calculation, each number in calculation correct to 1SF figure. Find the estimate. Okay, by writing each number in the calculation correct to 1SF, find an estimate for the value. So 28.2 can be approximated 1SF to be 30 minus 5.6 can be approximated to what? 6 all over what? 4 minus 2. So here we have 24 over 2, right? Yes, 24 over 2. Okay, times, sorry, not minus. So it's supposed to be times 4 times 2. So we have 24 over 8, and that will give us what? 3. So answer is 3. The next one say complete factorize this by factorize. So what can divide by 6 and 4? Not remember, of course 4 can go there. So when 4 go here, 4 can go, and of course we have a common thing, x. So break, so 4 divided by 36 will give us 9. X into x will give us 1x, plus 4 divided by 10 by 40 will give us 10, and that is the answer. So the answer is 4x in bracket what? 9x plus 10. Question 16 says we should find a perimeter, right? Find the perimeter. Now a perimeter of this is something as the perimeter is given something as what? 2 in bracket, because we are adding. So if here is x, so here is s plus 2 7, then the other one will be 3x minus 2 minus 12, sorry. So 16 says we should factor, so that means our perimeter is equals to 2 in bracket what? X plus 7, then plus what? 2 in bracket what? 3x minus 12. So here I have 2x plus 14 plus 6x minus what? 24. So here now, for this I have 8x, right? 14 minus 24 gives us minus 10. So what is common there is what? 2. So we have 4x minus 5. First diagram, this one says what's the value of the diagram? Shows a circle, center 0, P lies on the circle. Write down the mathematical term for O and P. O and P is radius, R, right? Radius, because the radius is any number from the center of the circle to the circumference. So draw a tangent line. So we're going to draw a tangent line, and that's all they want us to do there. Not so. The tangent line is the line that touches the circumference from touches the line from the circumference. So the tangent line. The next question said find the greatest odd number that is the factor of. So what we're going to do of 140, we're going to say 140, we'll break it down, 2 here, 70, 2 here, 35, 5 here, 7, 5 here, 7 here, 7 here, 1. So for this I have 210. So 2 here, 105. What things can go here? 3 can go here, we have 35. So 5 can go here, we have what? 5. Then 7 can go here. 5 can go here, we have 7. Then 1 can go here, I have 1. So now you have to, what is common here? 5 is here, 5 is here, so we bring out 5 times 7 is here, 7 is here, we have 7. So answer here is 35. Sorry, 35. So 35 is the answer. So this one is so they say calculate this particular value. So here you can directly calculate the cube root of 343 is you can punch it. The cube root of 343, so 343 equals to 7. So you have 7 times 440, square root of 40.96. So you have 6.4. So when you times it, we're minusing. So 7 minus. So 7, I think 0.6, 0 minus 6.4. So I have 0.6. So for the B part of it, says we should kind of solve this. So we're going to apply board mass here also. So of course you know that addition, division and multiplication should come first before addition. So 4 times 6 4 times 6, 4 times 6, 16, will give us 64. So I have 64 plus 192. So add it to 192. That will give us 256. 256. Of course, 1.25 is something as what? 125 over what? 100. Abi? Yes, over 100. So you can break them down. 5 here, 20, 5 here, 5 here, 125 will give us 25. Abi? Right? 125 divided by 5, 25. So 5 here again, have 4, 5 again, have 5. So now, to find the cube root of, find the 4 cube root of 256, and then you power it by 5. So that is, so cube root 4 of what? 256, that will give us 4. So it will give us 4 s power 5, 4 index 5. So we have 1024. Now 20 says anything s power 0 is what? 1. So here is just 1. Here it says indices again. So we have to subtract. We have 7, 112, right? Minus p is equals to 7, 17. So this will cancel this. I have 12 minus p equals to 17. So this will have minus p is equals to what? 17 minus 12. That is my p negative is equals to what? 5. So my p is equals to, so my p is equals to minus what? 5. Calculate 1.827 times 10 to the power 6 divided by 9,000. So here we have to break it down. So we have 1.827 times 10 to the power 6 divided by, we can say 9 times 10 to the power what? 3. That is converting 9,000 to standard form. So if you notice, we can put this in bracket like this. So here now we have this divided by this. So 1.827, right, divided by 9 times 10 to the power 6 divided by what? 10 to the power what? 3. So this 3 will cancel this one here. I have what? 10 to the power what? 3. Then 1.827 divided by 9 will give me 0.203. 0.203. So times 10 is for 303. So if we break this one down to standard form, now we have 2.03 times 10 raised to the power minus 1, then times 10 raised to the power what? 3. So by the time you take the indices of this, you have 2.03 times 10 to the power of what? 2. So here we have to solve the simultaneous equation of this particular variable value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase one side to make it equal with this. So I have 6x plus 2y equals to 29. Then I have 6x, I'm multiplying this one by 2. Minus, here we have 4y equals to what? 17. So close now. So 6x minus 6x is gone. So what I have here now is, okay, I'm supposed to, so here is 8, sorry. Multiplying by 2, so I have 6x plus 8y is equal to 34. So 6 is gone. 8 my 8y is supposed to be minus here. Minus 8y minus 2y will give us what? Minus 10y equals to 34 minus 29 will give me 5. So I have minus 10 minus 10, cancel my y becomes equals to minus 1 over 2. So if my x was minus 1 over 2, my 6x, right, minus plus 2 in bracket minus 1 over 2 will become equal to 29. So when we do that, we have 6x minus 1 equals to 29. So 6x is equals to 29 plus 1. So 6x is equals to 30. Divide both sides by 6. Cancel. X is equals to what? 5. So when my x is equals to 5, my y is equals to minus 1 over 2. So I say change 9.6 kilometer per hour into minutes. So of course, we know that 1 kilometer is equals to what? 1000 meters. So and we know that 1 hour is equals to what? 3600 600 what? Seconds. So now for us to convert, you have 9.6 kilometer per hour is something as what? 9.6 times what? 1000 all over what? 3600. So 0 will cancel 0. Abi? So I'll be having 9.6 divided by 36 of 0.267. These are the first 5 terms of a sequence. We should find the expression of the. So first of all, find the difference between them. Which here is 7, here is also 7, here is also 7, here is also 7. So between 7. So for my Tn is equal to 7 to what? This is 7. So the first term is 11. So how do we remove 7 from 11? You have 7 plus 4, right? Will give us 11. That's the first term. So if this takes care of the first term, T1, that means my T2 will be 7, right, times 2 plus 4. So in that case, my Tn becomes 7n plus 4. So I have 7n plus 4. So the final one is this one. So this one says we should find the area of the shape. First of all, we'll find the area of the shape, right? So we have two shapes here. We have semicircle, we have a right angle. So the area of this shape is actually based on, first of all, the area of a circle is equal to half base, pi r square. So area of a semicircle SC is equal to pi r square over 2. That's the area of a semicircle. So whereby now in this case my r is equals to my diameter equals to 2r. So if that's the case, that means 128 points. This implies that 12.8 is equals to 2r divided by 2. Cancel. R is equals to 12.8 divided by 2 of 6.4. So the array is 6.4. So put it here now. We have 3.142 times 6.4 square. So all over 2. So now 3, 6, 16, okay, 6.4 square times and by times 3.142. Right, then we'll now divide it by 2. So we have 64.3. That's for semicircle. It's 4.3. That's what a semicircle, huh? So we've gotten for that one. For the area. So area of a triangle is half. Area of a triangle is what? Half base times height. So here we have 1/2 times 12.8 times 12.8. So 12.8 square equals to this times it by 0.5. So we have 80 equals to 81.92. So the area now, will be 64.3, right, plus 81.92 plus 64.3. That will give us what? 146.22. So the next question says we should find. So here I have 146.22. Calculate the perimeter of the shape. Perimeter of the shape. So perimeter is actually from the idea of circumference. So the circumference of a semicircle is equals to, normally it's 2 pi r, so it's equals to pi r, right? So now I'll be having 3.142 times 6.4 equals 12.8. So divide by 2 times and by 3.142. So here I have 20.1. So the next one now is to find the perimeter of the triangle. So let's find B. So let's assume this one is B here. Let's assume this line is B. And this line is B. So we use Pythagoras. We're okay by Pythagoras. Okay. By Pythagoras, we'll say B square is equals to what? 12.8 square plus 12.8 square. So we have 12.8 square, then times them by 2. So we have 327.68 of b square. So b is equal to the root of 327.68. So square root of answer will give us b to be what? 18.1. 18.1. Now the perimeter now become, so meter is also have now 20.1 plus 12.8 plus 18.1, which will give us what? 20.1 plus 12.8 plus 18.1. So we have 51. So thank you for watching. See you in my next video.